not. Still scooted back. Actually, it might need to turn. Hello, I'm Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto super easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track, so thanks for joining us on our keto
Okay.
journey.
I think you just need to scoot over more.
No, this is where my body is. And I think that the thing got twisted.
No, I put it right in the middle. Okay, well, there we are. Here we are again. Anyway, Exposing Darkness is here, and so is Janice. Janice says, good evening, everyone, this terrific Tuesday. And Loretta is here, and so is Storm Chasing Gal.
Weirdly, I don't know where
Dennis
to put my
says,
microphone
welcome.
cord. Because I have it.
Black on black.
Weird.
Air Frying Auntie is here as well.
Hello, sorry, I'm
Lori
cluing in.
says,
I'm
hi,
clicking
you
in.
two. Nice to see your faces.
Hi, Lori.
Kid in the Mist is here, and so is, well, Shauna says, I was so happy to get my large bag of Keto Chow vanilla cream.
Yes.
Right today. So for those of you who
some of that.
don't know, last week on Leap Day,
Leap Day.
we announced that vanilla cream and strawberry cream were back and here to stay. In fact, they're replacing the normal vanilla and the normal strawberry. In fact, the large bags of vanilla we no longer even have. They gone.
They gone.
So for the people who have subscriptions to vanilla, we've been contacting them and saying, hey, yo, dog, you need to update your subscription. We don't have that anymore.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, and to that point, if you look in the description of this video, you will find links to 2 giveaways. One on Keto Chow's Instagram page and one on Keto Chow's Facebook page, where you can win vanilla cream and strawberry cream.
Okay, cool.
So there you
And
go.
apparently the scammers are out, so we will not ever
yes.
ask you for information to send for shipping.
Yeah.
We will, just so you know.
Remember the first time that happened? We were like,
Yeah, that was terrifying.
well, the first time it was like really bad. But yeah.
Yeah, people know now and we know now and we are
Yep.
smarter.
Okay, let's see. Gina says that your chairs look further apart.
No, this is where they are because the arms are touching. I think I usually just lean into him because I don't want to
Neely says, hey, y'all.
not be in the frame.
Are you done playing with your microphone?
No.
Okay.
Are you done playing with your microphone?
I am done playing with my microphone.
I don't know where to put my cord. I don't want to put it in my shirt because it's this tiny.
You can stick the microphone in your hair.
Yeah, that'll catch my voice for sure.
No, but when you do musicals, you have sometimes you would put it in their hair, and then you would talk into the other person's microphone.
Talk loudly. Oh, well then you have to face me.
Yes.
And
Hello.
then I need to talk into your neck.
Oh my gosh. Go away. This lower one finally made some creamy pints after taking off for the winter. We made some creamy pints, or rather you did.
Yeah, I did.
Visual Keto is here. Howdy, y'all,
Hi.
Chow friends. Meg's Little House in the Country says, hi, Chris and Miriam. Still snowing and blowing up here in Blackfoot.
Yeah, it's chilly down here.
Denise is here. Can't stay longer. Wanted to
Hi,
say
Denise.
Crystal Crystal said, USPS people must be
Crystal.
drinking my Keto Chow.
Oh, sad.
So sad.
I'm sorry.
Exposing Darkness says, yes, scammers are everywhere.
Yes.
Dennis says, I'm needing an invite to Facebook and or Instagram. No, you can sign up. You don't need an invite.
Oh, yeah, you just sign into
Although,
your Facebook or Instagram account.
The
You're right.
Facebook and Instagram and like half of the internet had an outage this morning.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, it was right about the time that Bitcoin surpassed 69,000.
Why did Bitcoin make Facebook go down?
It didn't. I don't know. It It was a coincidence.
Coinky dink.
Patricia is here from rainy
Hi,
Massachusetts.
Patricia.
And Carrie is here as well. Shauna says, you crack me up.
Thank you.
Kathy's here from Arkansas.
I want to go there. Let's go there.
Where, Arkansas?
Yeah, I've never been there.
So you can give a high five to Robert and Crystal.
Yes!
And the baby.
Oh, and the baby.
Dren says, can't hear very good. Not sure why.
Sorry.
Looks like all the stuff is working on our end.
Last time it was really quiet, but this time it looks okay.
So,
try turning up the volume on your phone if you're on your phone.
Kale says, what was the giveaway again? So it's a strawberry cream and a vanilla cream giveaway. And it's both on Facebook and on Instagram. Quincy says, you guys sound great on my end.
Oh,
Welcome,
thank
Quincy,
you. Hi, Quincy.
Gina wants you to show her your nails. They're very green.
We used to zoom into them a million
I
years
still
ago.
can.
There's on this finger, there's 2 little clovers. And
Okay.
then this one's just check marks and clear.
Interesting. Laverne says it's negative 21 Celsius in southern Alberta.
Oh, yes.
Exercise in the AM shoveling the driveway.
Yes.
Jennifer Lucas says my kids are chow hounds. They don't buy, they just abscond with mine.
Oh, you're so
Good
nice
job
to
using
share.
abscond
Yeah, that
correctly.
was a nice word.
Chef's kiss right there.
Yeah. And Laverne, right? My daughter's in Alberta right now, and she did say it was negative 20 degrees
Where's she at
yesterday.
now? I'm trying to remember the name.
Edmonton. She's right outside
It's like southwest eastern Edmonton,
but it's still Edmonton.
yeah, it's still Edmonton. Let's see. Stina says stopped by to make some kombucha.
Oh.
Okay, so we got a couple things that we're going to talk about tonight. Miriam always likes to put her phone on the paper.
Let me do that again real quick.
Okay, are you going to read it?
No. I mean, yes. I'm going to hold all the papers, too.
Okay.
Charlene said, I started out using heavy whipping cream for my fat in Keto Chow, and then I saw the sugar content. It switched up to butter. Ding! I have to say that I do love them both, but I could tell a difference. The heavy whipping cream is creamy and smooth, where the butter is a little bit more liquidy. Today I'm having the strawberry cream with butter, and I don't care if it's the butter or heavy whipping cream. This stuff is awesome. I could drink this all day long, just saying. Oh, thank you, Charlene. That wasn't a question.
Well, okay, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you mix up Keto Chow with heavy cream versus
butter,
mixing up with butter, there is going to be a difference
there is
in
a
the
difference
consistency.
in addition to the flavor.
And mixing up with butter, it's going to mix thinner.
Yep.
What can you do to fix that if you want
If
it
you
thicker?
want it thicker. Okay,
Two
so
things.
you can add gelatin.
Yep.
And what's your second thing?
Less water.
Oh, yes. And then
But then
it's saltier,
it
too.
tends to be a bit salty.
But I like
Yeah,
salt.
the gelatin. Do you want to talk about that?
So if you do 1 teaspoon, you'll get it thicker, right? A thicker shake.
Mm-hmm.
If you do 2 teaspoons, you get kind of like a pudding.
Uh-huh.
If you do 3 teaspoons, you get like a jello.
Yep. And on the last live stream, someone said they used 3 tablespoons.
Oh, they got a whole bunch of jello.
Yeah.
But you know what? Gelatin is so good, and it's good for you, so go for it.
So how would you add the gelatin?
Well, I've heard different ways. Like some people will put it in as they're mixing, and some people will put it in water and bloom it first.
And then
Whenever
melt
I've
it.
done it, I actually did the last 2 batches of creamies with added gelatin in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That you've been
So
eating.
you've mixed it up. You have it fully mixed, and it's still in the
Blender, and you add it in.
blender going, and you just sprinkle it in there and let it blend.
That's not how I did it, but that's how some people could do it.
Or how did you do it?
I just would, when I put the butter and then the water in, and then I did gelatin,
Okay.
and then I did the Keto Chow,
Okay.
and then mixed it and put the rest of the water in.
Okay.
So I just did it as I mixed, and it worked fine.
Molly Lost is in 7 minutes late, but I'll catch up. Change
That's
the playback
okay.
speed. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Exposing Darkness likes it with butter. Dennis says, I'm still doing both fats, butter first, then heavy whipping cream. Janice says, I'm getting my stitches out Monday.
Oh, man.
Hopefully they'll let my brace bend some. My hip is sore walking, straight legged. Wow.
You just still take it easy, honey. Thank you for the update.
Shauna says, for a few weeks I was having a hard time sleeping, so now 1 warm salty before bed, the salty electrolyte mix,
it's really helpful.
and that has fixed it.
Yeah.
Supposing Darkness says, I thought Miriam was going to talk about Bruno. No, we don't talk about Bruno. We even went and saw Disney on Ice.
It was so good.
They did do a good job.
I cried.
Okay. Because you didn't know what was going to happen with the story?
No. I just was so happy. And I was like, I'm the only person that's not a kid here that's so excited.
No, there were so many not kids there. But.
Yeah, but they all had kids, and we had no kids. Actually, not really.
Okay. Speaking of gelatin, Amy asked...
Do you think 1 teaspoon of beef gelatin will be sufficient for the tummy issues from drinking Keto Chow? I don't want to have to add any more than that because I don't want my shake too thick. I think yes.
Okay, so let's unpack that a little bit. What's she talking about?
So a lot of times people will say that sometimes their tummy gets rumbly and bubbly and not feeling good with Keto Chow. And it could be the milk protein, right? It could be the heavy cream if they're using heavy cream. But if you try it with butter and you're still having problems, try adding gelatin because for some reason it really does help with the bubbly weirdness.
Helps with the digestion of the milk,
Yes.
of the proteins.
Right.
So, and in this case, adding 1 teaspoon,
Would just make it a little bit thicker.
it makes it a little bit thicker, which some people like, and it may help with the digestion issues if you're running into that.
Right. Yep.
Okay, let's see. Cynthia says I add a little more of the xanthan gum to thicken
Oh,
up as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Be aware that it's hard to do that unless it's in a spinning blender.
Yeah, xanthan gum
without
sometimes
getting
will clump.
chunks.
But I'm sure you know what you're doing, Cynthia. We get to see you really soon.
Okay. Tracy says I had chocolate core protein pudding for dinner tonight.
Yummy.
Dennis is using 2 teaspoons of gelatin mixed into the Keto Chow powder. Nice.
Yes.
Visual Keto says I make mine exactly like Miriam does. I learned from a Christy video.
Yeah.
By the way, if you do mix up Keto Chow
Yes.
and you add gelatin and it's too thick,
You can add water.
you can either add water or just heat it up and drink it hot.
Oh, yeah, because that will thin it out.
Yeah, it thins it right out.
Yeah.
So we ran into some issues once where it had way too much gelatin in it. It was like,
But we don't want to waste it.
yeah. So we just heated it up, and it was
It
hot
was
chocolate.
amazing. You ready for me?
Cindy is here.
Cindy, hi.
Mike says I finally ordered more salty. I was missing the chocolate flavors with my morning tea.
I need some chocolate too.
What was it you wanted to say? I'm sorry. I keep interrupting
Do you want me to go?
Sure.
Okay, next one. Donna wanted to know, is there a list of flavors that are really good mixed together? I need some inspiration for making some flavor fusions.
So
We love mixing them together. I mostly don't mix them together because I'm lazy,
waiting.
but my favorite to mix together is chocolate peanut butter and chocolate toffee.
So I'm going to come in here to
awesome.
kitchen, and I'm going to go to flavor hacks.
Flavor hacks.
So you've got all different kinds of flavor hacks that you
Okay.
mix stuff together.
Yeah.
Now, for instance, orange dreamsicle, you can't do right now because there's no orange cream available.
Unless you have some in your
It'll be
cupboard.
coming. Our almond delight. So chocolate, pina colada, and almond butter.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Raspberry cheesecake and chocolate.
Mmm.
If you come all the way down here to the very bottom,
Oh, that's mine.
the last
That one's
one,
mine.
buttery fingers.
My favorite one.
So chocolate toffee,
So good.
chocolate peanut butter.
I want it right now.
So
I actually could eat a Ninja Creamy. Let me check my macros because I didn't eat breakfast today and I need to eat a lot of protein because I'm on the up and up on the. Yeah, you can't tell.
Yeah, you
my
do.
things. I need protein and fat.
okay. Vicky wants to know, can we use Knox gelatin?
Yeah.
So Knox unflavored gelatin is made with pig gelatin.
It's made with pig.
As far as I know, it should work just fine. A lot of people prefer the beef gelatin, but gelatin's kind of gelatin. I think it works just fine. And it's a lot easier to find, by the way. Visual Keto says warm chow is delicious.
Yes.
Mimi's here but late. Welcome. Vicky says, I got my first container in the fridge waiting for me. And just to be clear, we recommend that when you
Yes.
mix up Keto Chow, you let it sit and think about what it's done for about 30 minutes or longer,
Right.
just so it tastes better.
Yeah.
we've-
You don't have to wait for it. It just melds the flavors together
And
better.
our understanding is that people like stuff that tastes good more better.
Right.
So if you can mix it up and let it sit overnight, which is kind of the preferred way to do it. In fact, you can mix up several of them, and then you really get to take advantage of like why we made Keto Chow, which is you mix up a couple, stick them in the fridge. Now, when you don't know what to eat,
That's when you have it ready.
or you're on your way to work or whatever, you can just grab one out of the fridge, and your meal prep for that morning was 5 seconds as you walked by the fridge.
Da-da.
This morning, I stopped, took my backpack down, grabbed a Ninja Creamy out of the freezer that you had made. Thank you very much. Shoved it into my backpack, and then I grabbed a chocolate toffee Keto Chow out of the outside fridge. Shoved that into my backpack, and it was fantastic.
And then you ate that at work?
Yeah, I had the chocolate toffee during a meeting we were having with our video team.
Oh, yeah.
And it was great because I didn't have time really for anything else. I didn't have time to go get food like some people. I was working, and I just grabbed the food, and that was great.
And I just didn't really work today. I worked for like an hour, and that was it.
Well, you got to do a team thing.
Team building exercise.
Team. So there you go. That's kind of the best case scenario for Keto Chow. That's why we recommend mixing it up overnight, mixing up a few at a time, let it sit for at least 30 minutes so it tastes better. It doesn't change the nutrition. It doesn't make it healthier. It's already got all the vitamins and minerals, regardless of how long you let it sit. And if you're using hot water to mix it up, you don't need to let it wait because it dissolves immediately anyway, and you can just mix up hot Keto Chow and drink it out of a big mug, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
Or you can put it into the fridge, and then the next day you can pour it into a mug and heat it up in the microwave.
Right.
There you go. Okay.
Next.
Lady Locelot says we're doing 3-month lab work tomorrow morning.
Oh, wow.
I'm excited to see how the numbers are now compared to before Christmas.
I'm excited for that.
Carrie wants to mix chocolate toffee with pistachio. That actually might work quite well.
That sounds gross.
Whatever. This is chocolate core creamy with chocolate salty sprinkled on top as I eat it with my eyes closed. Yummy.
Yummy.
Visual Keto says snickering bar is mine.
Yes.
Silvia says I'm excited about the tea party. To see you soon.
Yay.
And During Hope says, when will the egg white protein powder be restocked?
Oh, we are working on that.
We're working on it. The issue is when we released it, and then the pandemic thing and the bird flu happened, and the cost of the egg white protein, it hextupled.
That's a word for you.
It is. Yeah, it was multiplied by 6. So we were like, we're not going to restock that until the price comes down. Well, the prices have stabilized now.
But it hasn't quite come down.
It's still about double the cost of what it was last time we had the egg white protein out. So I emailed them a couple days ago and I said, hey, yes, we would like pricing on this.
Yoo-hoo.
Could you please give it to us? And I haven't heard back. So maybe I'm going to follow up again. But we're working on it.
Yep.
I have no idea when it's going to be restocked.
But that would be nice to know. Huh?
Yep. Shauna says, I've taken the single packet of Knox gelatin with me on a trip. Convenient.
Yeah.
There you go. It says more betterer. It's almost most betterest.
Right.
Let's see. Stina says, got 2 waiting for me in the fridge. Nice. Joe Keto wants butterscotch. See, for me,
I like
the chocolate toffee
too.
with butterscotch syrup stuff, like the Torani butterscotch syrup, or the Da Vinci butterscotch.
It does taste quite similar.
I love it.
I really liked those butter beers that Joe and Rachel made. We did that little Harry Potter video.
Crystal Harris says, if I eat protein, eggs, bacon before I have Keto Chow, I'm good. And there you go. Infinitely blessed. I thought it said indefinitely blessed. Says hello, everyone.
Hi.
I nailed that name. Crystal says I
did.
tried adding gelatin and had it set overnight, but it was clumpy in the morning. Maybe I have to bloom it first. So you either have to add it to
in a blender bottle, it might not work.
Yeah, it has to be added to a spinning blender, or you sprinkle it on top of cold water, let it bloom, melt that in the microwave, and then add that to your Keto Chow.
Yes,
And usually
and
that works.
I actually don't care if mine clumps up because
Okay.
I put it in the Ninja Creamy and I don't notice because it just kills it, whatever is in there. Not kills it, just.
Steve says in Missouri, a quart of heavy whipping cream is $12.
Wow.
Wow. We switched to butter and we haven't looked back.
Yep.
The only time I ever use heavy cream nowadays is if I... So here's another application for Keto Chow. Let's say I get to work, which this happened to me about 2 weeks ago. I thought I had a Keto Chow in the fridge at work, and I didn't.
Then you are sad.
There was not one. And so I was like, well, there was a blender bottle that I'd previously washed
Previously.
and forgot at work, but I washed it out. So every time I drink one, I wash it out with hot water. Sometimes I even use soapy water. And then I open it up, get out any water that's left, and leave the lid off.
Yes, because
And it dries.
here in Utah it'll dry, but you need to
Yes,
take
it
the
will.
lid off.
Yeah, if you just pop the little
It will not dry
spout,
well enough.
it will not dry. Even if you take the lid off and sit it on there. Anyway, and so I had an empty blender bottle. I had a packet of Keto Chow, and there was some heavy cream that I was able to use, that we used for testing.
Right.
So I made myself a Keto Chow. This was early in the morning when I got to work. And by the time it was time to eat lunch, it had sat in the fridge long enough that it tasted
Satiated
pretty
you.
good.
Yeah.
So that's the only time that I ever use heavy cream,
Yeah.
is if I forget.
We also use heavy cream when we have chaffles because we make whipped topping.
We had chaffles last night.
Although I don't see why we don't just put a packet of Keto Chow in there when we make a whipped cream and make strawberry flavored whipped
I
topping.
don't know. But how do you make chaffles using Keto Chow, Miriam?
Easy peasy. Eggs, cheese, and Keto Chow.
So 2 eggs or
3 eggs. 3
Three eggs.
A cup of cheese.
1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese.
That's
it works
the kind
better than
we
any
like.
Of the other ones. Shred it yourself or buy pre-shredded. There's a little bit of potato flour,
Yep.
usually on the pre-shredded. If that's a concern to you, shred it yourself. And then
And then, what was it? 3 eggs?
1 scoop of
1
Keto
scoop
Chow.
of Keto Chow. I forgot what we
So,
already said.
3 eggs, 1 cup mozzarella, 1 scoop or 1 packet of any flavor.
Keto Chow. We have done every flavor.
What about tomato basil flavor?
Yes, I actually really like the tomato basil flavor.
Because you put cheese in between
But you know what
two of
else?
them.
You put a little bit of taco meat in there.
Yes, like into the chaffles.
And then make
Or
yourself
the-
a little baby pizza.
Actually, the savory chicken soup,
Mm-hmm.
chaffles, are some of the best buns
They're so
for
good.
making hamburgers.
I would rather have a savory chaffle as a bun than any
Mm-hmm.
other type of keto bread.
And actually, the sweet ones aren't bad either.
Oh, yeah.
But the pistachio chaffles,
Yeah, they're cute because they're
eggnog
green.
chaffles, snickerdoodle chaffles.
We did, last night we
It was
did
orange.
snickerdoodle and orange cream. Not together.
Yeah.
2 different batches.
And then we whipped a bunch of heavy cream, speaking of heavy cream again. And I actually put cream cheese on mine and then heavy cream.
Yeah,
And it was fantastic.
so good.
Because there was an open thing of cream cheese. And you know what happens to cream cheese when it's open in the fridge?
It just-
gets forgotten about.
Yeah.
And it turns into dry sadness and
Yeah.
gets thrown away. And it's
Yeah.
moldy. And it's terrible.
That's why you are eating it. Good job.
Yeah.
Taking one for the team. High five.
Tanya says, does Keto Chow have complete protein in it? Since collagen isn't complete, will Keto Chow make it complete? So Keto Chow, the protein that is in Keto Chow is a complete protein. If you were to have just collagen or just gelatin, that's not a complete protein. It's missing some of the essential amino acids. Somebody said that if you add eggs to collagen, it rounds out the protein, but I'm not sure.
I don't know that. I would not say that that was true, because
Yeah.
if eggs are a complete protein,
Eggs are a complete protein.
then having a complete protein with an incomplete protein would make 2 complete proteins.
It would just make a complete
It would just
protein
make
with...
more good protein.
Yeah.
But
But
not
here's the thing.
same thing.
So collagen, most people don't count it if they have a goal of protein that they're
Yes,
trying
I
to get.
do not count collagen as my protein
It's a good
goal.
bonus, though.
Yes.
But, it doesn't count towards your protein goal.
But can I just tell you, this is really silly. So at the restaurant today, I got sparkling water with a lemon, which is amazing.
Angry water.
And I had a bunch of LMT in my bag, but I didn't want to explode it all over the table. So I also had a thing of collagen powder. And it was one that's from our cupboard that is a cucumber melon flavor.
Okay.
It's called Elastic Fantastic. It's really silly. I don't know why it's called that. It's really
not
dumb.
called that. That's just one of its, like, it's elastic.
Anyway, it's
The kids
Elastic
like to see it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought that was so
Makes us
funny
laugh
when I
every
saw it in my cupboard. But there was one in my purse, so I put it into my sparkling water, and it was so good because I had that little bit of flavor, and it had the lemon and the fizziness. So good.
Okay.
I could have some right now.
Fran has a good question. Says, I'm sorry if this has been asked before, but I'm new to this. I like a thicker shake. Do you recommend adding a little xanthan gum? And if so, how much? Do you recommend blending it with ice?
Oh, you can do that.
So you can blend with ice in a blender. Just be aware that if you drink it without letting it sit for about 30 minutes, the flavor won't be quite as good. It's still great, but I personally prefer the flavor after it's sat for a while. You can add xanthan gum. I wouldn't use more than probably an eighth of a teaspoon, and it's difficult to mix in.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Actively blending it.
like a blender is going and you open the top and sprinkle it in, because otherwise you will just get clumps. Or you can use gelatin. We mentioned that earlier. Kind of the same way. You've got a blender that's going and you sprinkle the gelatin in.
Yes, and gelatin actually works really well. I think probably better than anything else, but you're welcome to play with xanthan gum too.
Now, Crystal Harris recommends acacia gum powder to thicken
and
our
we have
bowl.
done that too from time to time.
Let's see. Exposing Darkness says, I made chocolate core with a Quip chocolate as blender ice cream.
Ooh, nice.
It's an interesting consistency, almost marshmallow.
How fun is that?
Let's see. Jujubee is here.
Hey!
And let's see.
Fran, thanks for that question, by the way.
Yeah. Visual Kyo says, I'm so bitter that the convenience store had a deal. If you signed up for their card, you'd get a free pound of real butter a week for a year.
What?
Wow.
Ow.
Vicky says, so with butter, do you still make it in a blender bottle?
You can, but it's easier. It's easier to have success in a blender.
Yeah.
But I have done it with butter in a blender at work a lot. Like
Very warm water,
I'll just cut it off
melted butter.
and cut off the butter
In
and
a
melt
blender.
it in a mug and then put it into the blender bottle and then use the warm water.
Yeah.
But it has to be warm.
Well, and that, of
Pretty
course,
warm.
is assuming that you're going to be drinking it right away while it's
Yes.
still warm.
Which is delicious.
Yeah. But if you're trying to have success mixing up like stuff that you're going to be drinking out of the fridge cold, you're going to be hard pressed to have success making it with butter and doing it with a blender bottle that way. It just doesn't work very well. I mean, it'd be nice if it did, but it doesn't. You're going to end up with chunks. Now, some people are like, hey, I like chunks of butter. And there you go.
Some people are like, not I.
Yeah, but even if no matter how hard I shake it up with warm water and melted butter in a blender bottle and then refrigerate it, I always get basically about a 1/4 inch of butter on the top. And then when I try to shake it, it has to break through that, and then it has pieces of butter.
Yeah, so you just melt it again.
Yeah. Visual Kyo says that store is going to lose money because I'll get all the butter. There you go.
All the butter. Donna, hi!
Shauna says it works like that with the Keto Chow baked potato. GGB says, does my arm hurt? Yes. I buy shredded. Does my arm hurt? No. Then great, you're blocked, Juliana. Okay. Exposing Darkness says, I made a potato keto chow with raw onions as a chaffle. It was really
Oh,
tasty.
that does sound good.
That
Some
actually
onions.
does. GGB says, how about a pineapple keto chow? So we do have the pina colada.
Yes, and you can make one of our bread recipes on the website with the pina colada, and that would be similar to the King's Hawaiian
Yep.
flavor.
I would think so. It says, I think snickerdoodle and orange may taste great together.
Yeah.
Mixed together. I haven't ever tried those two.
I just ate one chaffle and then another chaffle. I didn't even notice that they were that different.
GGB points out that it was me that said that. Me, GGB. Eggs to collagen will complete it. It will complete the collagen count. It's lacking tryptophan and something else. I think it's lysine that are both in eggs. But yes, Miriam can't count both. Jim Thigerson. Wait, what?
Hi!
Francis, thank you so much, guys. I'll take your advice. I anticipate getting it in a few days.
Yay!
There you go.
Thank you, friend.
GGB says a scoop of protein is about 20 grams of protein, but an egg is only 6. So adding the egg will complete the collagen. You gain more complete with less. Girl math. I mean, you could add turkey. Yeah.
Yes, and let me just tell you, on my my keto journey that I've been on for the last year or so,
Yep.
if I don't want to have a lot of carbs or pretty much anything in my chronometer, I just eat a lot of eggs because eggs hardly count at all. They do count.
There's good amount of fat. There's tiny bit of carbs.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of great protein,
Yes.
vitamins. Everything you need to make a baby chicken, including chicken liver, chicken heart, chicken brain, chicken kidneys, all of that stuff is in eggs.
Yeah. But if you think about it, like if I look at my macros and I think, what if I want to eat the most amount of food and still get this much?
Yeah.
Eggs is probably the easiest way. Eggs and shrimp. Because I have
delicious.
high protein. So today
Is that why the shrimp was open?
No.
Why was the shrimp open?
Ruth had it for breakfast
Jeez.
and left
Okay.
it in the sink all day. I had 3 big boats of shrimp for lunch today. I was so full. It was 360 grams of shrimp. And I still need to eat another meal because I didn't get enough food. Funny,
right.
huh?
Francis, I will also make it and leave it overnight. There you go. Janice has me reminding that I have vowed not to talk about daylight saving. And during Hopes has hit the thumbs up. Visual Keto's on Team
Thanks,
Butter.
Hope. I'm with you. Team Butter.
Let's see. Stina says I made Keto Chow faux fries with the baked potato.
Oh, and did I tell you guys I got a vibration blade? Stina, I got one.
Okay, you could make the baked potato Keto Chow into a chaffle, slice it up, and even fry those again and make fries out of it if you wanted to.
Yes, I'm sorry. I've actually really wanted to do that, is to make the baked potato Keto Chow into chaffles.
Which unfortunately
make
is
them
sold
into
out
fries.
already. GGB, you can't
With
put
butter
coconut
and
into
salt.
the King's Hawaiian bread. Pina colada is great, but can't do that. Yeah, well, so what you may want to do is look at something like either the vanilla cream or the cookies and cream.
But pina colada
and
doesn't have
add-
coconut in it.
Yes, it does.
It has pineapple.
Pina colada has coconut.
I was sure it was pineapple.
It's pineapple and coconut.
I know, but for sure, I thought it was only pineapple.
No, that's the colada.
I know, but it didn't actually have coconut. That's what I was
No,
saying.
it doesn't have actual coconut.
That's what I am
But it has
saying.
coconut flavor.
Yes, that's what
So
I'm saying.
if you don't want coconut flavor in your King's Hawaiian bread,
I see.
anyway,
see.
but you could use the vanilla or the cookies and cream and add pineapple flavoring to it. Shauna says, when I don't feel like cooking or forget to meal prep, it's eggs and usually scrambled. There you go.
Yep.
GGB says, yep, nutrient dense in volume, eggs and shrimp every time.
Yep.
And later last night I had shrimp today as well.
Yay! Great minds think alike.
So he says, why did the chicken cross the road? To save her life from all the keto people. Exactly.
Yeah, true that.
And Stina's rocking the vibration plate as well. And during Hope says, thaw shrimp, dust the shrimp in egg white powder, deep fry. Oh, there you go.
Yes. Well, you know what is really good is you put the shrimp in the pina colada, and then you dip it in the coconut, and then you fry it.
What happens when you put the lime in the coconut?
Then you sing a song. Put the lime
Okay,
in the
you
coconut.
got another.
I got
one to read?
another. Oh, Silvia had a really great question.
Okay.
Hi, Keto Chow. Have you considered selling these flavors without the sweetness in it, as we can control how sweet it can be? Also, the type of sweetener we may want to add that is preferred. Some of the flavors can be used in savory recipes too, like chai, strawberry, pumpkin, etc.
Okay, so the question is, can we make a version of Keto Chow that doesn't have sweetener?
We actually do already have some
We
of those.
do.
We have some core Keto Chow flavors that have no sweetener, that are dairy-free. They're made with the beef protein. And we are trying those out to see if people want them or like them. And then we'll know that. We could do a ton of stuff, but you can't get something that everybody wants. So you just have to do the best you can with the knowledge you've got.
And, well, when we're testing out, so the core is dairy-free, made with beef protein. And because we wanted to give people options, well, this is funny. Chocolate Keto Chow Core with stevia has 240 reviews.
Yes.
Chocolate Keto Chow Core unsweetened has 18 reviews.
Yes. Because obviously the unsweetened is not going to be as popular as the sweetened.
But we're making that available as an option. And yeah, the unsweetened one does not sell as well. Also, if we come over here to bottles and more, you've got what's called the base powder, which is, it's interesting. It's all the vitamins, minerals, and everything else that, well, like I said, with the base powder, is mainly for international customers who want to save on shipping. It's everything but the protein. So you can take the base powder and combine it with some other protein, like a
could
Quip.
a Quip.
But here's the thing. A Quip is kind of like core, but with the base powder. So in that case, you might just want to use
The core.
But if you wanted to use an egg white protein or something else, you could totally do that with the base powder. So that was, I think, a really good suggestion. And there were a lot of good comments on that question.
Oh, that's nice.
Of people pointing out, hey, guess what? They already have it. And that is always, it's always fun when you're like, hey, I got this great idea. Why don't you guys do such and such? And then you find out, oh, they already did it.
Yep. Dun 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 dun. I've had that stuck in my head for a couple of days.
Okay. GGB says, I don't like it when mom and dad fight. Jennifer says, I got a whole body vibration plate for lipedema and osteopenia. Let us know how you're liking yours.
I like it. It's really fast. It gives me relief really fast. So I'm super happy. It's in my living room on the floor. Eventually I might want to put it somewhere else, but we've been having a fun time.
And Mimi says, be careful with the vibration plate. I hurt my knee on it today. I have the Rumblex 4D. Yours is the Rumblex 4D as well.
I think that's the same one I have. Yeah. It goes pretty crazy fast. So
can you control the frequency and the amplitude?
Yes.
Interesting.
You can control them. And there's 3 different settings. There's a side to side, there's a up and down, and then just the whatever oscillating.
Back to the middle and around again.
Yes. And then you can have all 3 at once, or you can have up and down and oscillating, or up and down and side to side at the same time.
Love.
And then it goes up to like speed 60 or something. So that's pretty speedy. I don't like it that high because it hurts my brain.
Visual Kia says, if I'm starved, I can eat like 6 to 8 scrambled eggs.
Yes.
In fact, that sounds quite
Quite yummy
right about now. Funk Soul Brother. Carrie says, I've been doing 6 eggs in the morning and then 6 more for the second meal.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's so awesome. That's what I've been doing most every day, is about 6 eggs, which is funny. It's funny because I feel like that's so much food. But, guys, I've upregulated my metabolism. And so I can eat more now because I titrated up. Oh. And I am actually, if I don't eat enough, I'm hungry. But I'm not gaining weight. So, happy about that.
Jujubee recognized the song.
Yeah?
100% Pure Love by Crystal Waters. Which always reminds me of the drill team at my high school.
Oh, yeah?
Because it seems like every time we had an assembly, they would perform that song. Anyway, Meg likes the unsweetened ice cream. That way I can control how sweet my ice cream is. And Jennifer says, let's see, the Life Program books for the eye. I was looking for specific frequency and amplitude for osteopenia. It's still in my box. My angel will help me set it up this weekend.
Yay!
There you go. Get yourself a helper monkey.
Yeah, there's 3 different programs on it that I actually have found that I just like doing the program, because it's funny, once I am sitting there doing the same thing for a while, then my body gets used to it and it doesn't seem to help me feel better anymore. But if I do the program, it's like it changes just about the time when I get tired of it. So it's like, oh, now I'm doing something else. And then it works different, not necessarily muscles, but different areas. I mean, I'm sure it works muscles, but you're not actually working your muscles so much as it's just shaking the fluid in my body. And that's what I want. That's what I paid it to do.
Now, be aware, those vibration plates are awfully expensive. We were lucky that we were able to sell something and then use that money to buy one.
So expensive.
Because otherwise they're pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
Vicky says, I have osteopenia for years, now osteoporosis. So really serious.
Yeah. And you know what's going to be best? Exercise will help build the bones.
Yes.
Build your bones.
Yeah, and actually lifting heavy things
Lifting
is probably
heavy
the best
things.
thing. But you're going to have to work into it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks when people say you have to exercise, but you do.
Okay. Carrie's going to go to bed.
Good night.
I think I'm about ready to go.
Yeah,
to
let's
bed,
go.
too.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, interestingly enough, we are going to do something special for our live stream on Monday.
Yeah, something special.
Well, we're not going to bury the lead. We're
going to bury the lead.
No, not bury the lead. We're going to talk about it.
It's going to be yellow.
Okay, so we recorded an interview, kind of podcast thing, with Dave Feldman when he was here in town. And we're trying to figure out how to basically get kind of a more like a podcast for our Monday morning slot. And so this coming Monday morning, for anybody who's not here, who's like, what are you guys talking about? We're going to get on, we'll talk about the new thing that we're trying as far as the Monday morning. And then as soon as it's done, it will actually take you from the live stream that we're doing Monday morning right over to the interview that we did with Dave Feldman.
That's yellow.
Yep. And so it's something that we're going to try and do where we, kind of like how we're answering questions here that we have preset, we're going to go a bit more into detail. And just to be clear, one of the ideas that we're trying to do is we're trying to create kind of a library of frequently asked questions.
Yeah.
That when people have the question, like, for instance, we answered it tonight about mixing up Keto Chow ahead of time.
Yeah.
We do answer that question all the time, and that's okay. We're happy to answer it over and over and over. But we want to set up stuff for our customer service people to be able to, when people come in with a question or on the Facebook support group or something like that, we can just hand it over to them and say, hey, here you go.
Here you go.
In case you don't want to read the answer
for you.
This is handed to you on a silver platter.
Silver platter.
That's not how that song goes.
I can sing whatever I want.
Well, Mimi got the sauna blanket.
So I was walking into church.
Okay.
And then some guy came out and I'm all, hello, how are you?
No,
and he said,
no.
Yes,
It was hello. No, it was good morning.
I just said hello.
No, you said good morning, and it was hilarious.
And he said, was that shivering or singing? I'm like, it was both. It's kind of cold out here.
Yep. It was pretty funny.
Good morning. That is what I said. Good morning.
Yep. Okay. Matt says, thanks to Chris and Mary for keeping me company during my 1.5 mile treadmill walking.
Yes, Matt, you're killing
that's
it.
awesome.
And Vicky, good job getting your gym membership.
Indeed. Well, Lori's addicted to podcasts and love them on YouTube as well. Yes. So, all right. Well, we are going to take off. Yeah. We will see you Monday. Monday. And then we'll take you over to the interview with Dave Feldman. So, but we're still going to be doing our Tuesday night.
There's just going to be less singing
live
on
streams.
Mondays.
We've been doing them for like 5 years now.
Yeah, we're not quitters.
We've only missed a couple times. So, all right. Well, we're out. Catch y'all later.
Bye.